resist and win, or resist and die. Well, if you don't resist, you're going to be dying inside anyway. Hyperbole? Maybe. But I don't think so. No. And I'd rather be prepared. Like I've mentioned in previous videos, just be prepared. Make sure you stock up on water and food. Because if you need it, you're going to be thankful. If you don't need it, you can eat it anyway and drink it anyway. It doesn't matter, does it? To hold a bit back. To allow for times when the shops doesn't have any. Or when your water gets turned off. Just make sure that you are prepared. Chance prefers a prepared mind. Now, when I look at everything that's going on at the moment, and how it's all pointing to one place, you could argue that's what happened with Hitler. Everything was pointing to one place. First they tested the gases on the, disabled, and then the black people. And then they, let it loose on the Jews. Okay, maybe they ain't gone that far yet, but they're using gases. Is it H gas or something called, and tear gas, and against the citizens, rubber bullets and bullets now. In fact, somebody was nearly shot the other day. His car window was smashed by a bullet. They are willing now to point their weapons at you and pull the trigger. So you need to be prepared. You need to be prepared to think, okay, they're in my area. I'm going to hold fast. I'm going to stay put. I'm going to hunker down in my home. But obviously you need supplies. This is kind of my best advice I can give you. Just make sure that you're prepared. Make sure you've got everything that you need so you can hunker down for a while. As long as you feel that you need to. Because they ain't necessarily going to be there all the time. They're going to be moving from one place to the next. There ain't enough of them, you see. But I'd rather see you being prepared and protect yourselves than see you getting hurt. Or worse. The same applies to your children. You see, this government, this regime, I should say, they're trying to control absolutely everything. They're trying to control your women, your women's menstrual cycle. I say your women, I don't mean like that. I mean the women. Did I say your women? I did say your women, didn't I? That sounds misogynistic in what I meant, though. But, so yes, they're trying to control the women and their menstrual cycles. They want to track them. The menstrual cycles. It's like they just want you to be birthing mothers. This is like Mad Max type territory, isn't it? There'll be a load of milking mamas next, won't they, chained into some kind of milking parlour. Some wet nursing. I think, actually, Orange Von Schützenpanzer now, I think he's still been wet nursed, hasn't he? Yeah, I think so. But you see, if we don't have our eyes wide open instead of wide shut, because that's what I can see at the moment, we're literally going to be walking, or you will be walking into a situation that you won't be able to get out of. Now, my advice is to get out. If you've got the means to get out of the United States, do it. I'm not going to think any worse of you. Some people will. Some people say, well, you're traitors leaving the sinking ship and all that, No, get out. And don't return. Seriously, don't return, because they'll nab you. If this regime is still in power, don't return. Okay? And I don't mean just Orange Von Schützenpanzer. If it's J.D. Vance or any of them ilk, because they've been placed there by the Heritage Foundation, don't return. But make sure you find somebody that you feel that you can settle down and actually have a nice life. And I don't have, personally, I have got no problems. Yeah, do it. If you can get out, do it. Now, for those of you who can't, you need to prepare yourselves. I honestly believe that, I hope I'm wrong, but I do actually believe it's going to get a lot worse. A lot worse. There's going to be extreme shortages of fuel, of energy. It's going to be highly restricted because they want to control you. And I know it sounds like scaremongering and stuff. I know it does. You know, I get that. And it feels like a bit of a silly video to make in some ways, but just look around you. Look what's happening at the moment. Not here, because it's lovely. Okay? There's no problems here. I'm in France, you see, so, you know, it's a bit saner, you know. We've got a president that ain't a feckin' tyrant. You can love him or you can hate him, old Emmanuel Macron. I don't love him and I don't hate him, but I have some respect for him, you know, and his government. Don't agree with everything, of course I don't, but, you know, if you used to make comparisons to what's going on in the United States, oh my giddy aunt. You know, it's chalk and cheese, isn't it? It really is chalk and cheese. So, you do need to prepare. You need to make sure you got the water, got to make sure you've got some way of charging your devices up, which they could also be controlled. Like, for instance, you know, restricting of internet, what have you, Wi-Fi and you know, 4 and 5G and what have you, all that sort of stuff being restricted. So, you know, even think about things like means of communication that are not connected. Because these people want to control absolutely everything. They want to know what you're eating, they're going to want to know what you're doing, they want to know where you are. You know, it's frightening. Honestly, it's frightening. I don't know. If you haven't read the parts of the Project 2025 that affect you, I'm not going to read the whole bloody thing because it's quite long, but if you just read the highlights of it and then go through it and then read the pages that you think might have something to do with you or might affect you, you will be shocked. And looking at it, it's like it's even going deeper than that. It's like they've got another agenda hidden amongst, within it. It's frightening. And you need to be prepared for this. And if you can get out, get out. Seriously, get out. I can't. You get to a point where you won't be allowed to get out. I heard somebody say, one woman was like, yeah, they've painted the wrong side of the fence black. They're trying to stop us get out. No, it's just that they're stupid. Right? They're just idiots. They painted the wrong side of the fence because they're not thinking. Because these people, you try to keep people in or out. You know, because they seem to think paint it black and they'll be too hot to handle. But it doesn't work like that. So it's a complete waste of $500 million. So it's just another bit of madness from the Trump regime. I think even Christine Holmes thought that was a bit stupid because she said direct order by Donald Trump. Is it me? Have I got a fly on my camera? Yeah, go away, fly. So think about things that you can reuse. Think about learning a bit about foraging, etc. Stuff that you can and cannot eat. Even stinging nettles you can eat, you know. I don't suggest you just eat them in the wild. Don't do that. But the young tops of stinging nettles, you can make them into soups, what have you. You know, don't use old stinging nettles because they're all string. It's like bloody rope. In fact, you can make string and rope out of stinging nettles. Believe it or not, you know. There's lots of things you can do. I'm not saying you need to make a rope to hang yourself, but you know, you can use your sheets for that. Oh, dear me. Oh, I don't know. I can't believe I'm making a video about this. It's just nuts. But everywhere I look, and they're all red flags, you see. It's all red flags. I'm not saying it's going to happen today or tomorrow, but it feels like it's heading in that direction. And unless people stand up against this, I mean going hard. I suggested this months ago. You can see where it was going. But you get to a stage now where... See, the thing is, the government knows that you're not going to stand up and actually pick up a weapon or whatever and attack these people, because you know full well that, because you're sensible, that it's going to trigger a full-on martial law response. And the National Guard, it just gives them excuse. They know that you know that, but they're using it to their advantage. You've got to think more clandestine. You've got to think it's impossible for them to respond. You just damage the vehicles and shit like that in the middle of the night, or stick a load of bits of wood out, nails sticking out of it, I don't know, argument's sake, Tacks. Some stingers, put some stingers out. You've got to take up their time, make false claims. There's some migrants next door or something, do you know what I mean? And make loads of false claims with burner phones and shit, Just take up their time so they can't... The more time you waste, the less people they're going to abduct. Give them fucking grief, because that's what they deserve. And those people working for those ice sculptures, all those ice sculptures running about with their MP ping-pings. MP sank. Oh, dear me. They are evil fucking bastards, they really are. And they don't deserve your respect. So don't give it. Anyway, what do you reckon? Please leave it in the comments down below. Do you think we're heading this way, or do you think I'm just worrying about nothing? Please leave it in the comments down below. But please click the like button. If you want to support the channel, you can do it on Patreon or buy us coffee, and links down below. And it is very much appreciated, that it is. Oh, no mail today. No. In my gargoyle letterbox. Toodaloo.